A reading from the Gospel of Mark. They came to Bethsaida. Some people brought a blind man to him and begged him to touch him. He took the blind man by the hand and led him out of the village. And when he had put saliva on his eyes and laid his hands on him, he asked him, "Can you see anything?" And the man looked up and said, "I can see people, but they look like trees walking." Then Jesus laid his hands on his eyes again, and he looked intently, and his sight was restored, and he saw everything clearly. Then he sent him away to his home, saying, "Do not even go into the village." In today's gospel, we see that Jesus is performing a miracle with a man who had been blind. He lays his hands on this man's eyes after putting saliva in his eyes and asks him if he can see anything. And of course, the man reports being able to see something, but not clearly. And so Jesus lays his hands on his eyes again, and the man's sight is restored. Well, this is one of the many miracles that Jesus performed when here on earth. You know, sometimes when I read the gospel, I wonder what it would have been like to have lived during the time when Jesus was here and to actually have witnessed him performing a miracle. I can imagine that witnessing such a thing would have, a profound impact, especially upon those upon whom the miracle was performed, but also those who witnessed it. And so then I think about our world today, where we're not accustomed to thinking about or believing in miracles. Most of us can't identify a time clearly when we have witnessed a miracle. I think that's very sad because I think we are surrounded by miracles. Truthfully, every day that you leave your house, go out into the world and come back alive is a miracle. There are so many odds against us that might prevent us from coming back, right? If you drive on the freeway, we see increasingly people who drive like maniacs on the freeway, as if they haven't a care in the world about their life or anyone else's life. We have pollution in our world. We have random shootings and robberies. And if you happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, you might surely lose your life. And so for me, every day that I go out into the world, come home, sleep, and wake up again the next day to start again is a miracle to me. I don't say that to be facetious. I really mean that. It's a miracle to me because I know that there are so many odds against me returning home when I go out, and even maintaining my life if I stay in my home. Because of course, there are home invasions in addition to other types of crimes like carjackings, and we could go on and on with the list. There's hostility between races. People that you don't even know might be predisposed to shoot you because of the color of your skin or because of your gender. And yet we live. And we live because of the mighty King who was sent to us, God's Son, who performs miracles. And someday we will have the privilege of sitting down and talking to him face to face, witnessing yet more miracles. I don't know about you, but I long for that day. And I am so grateful that Christ came into my life, in your life. And we have the task of making sure that he comes into the lives of others. Let's not waste that responsibility.